The former leader of the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers are out of prison after President Trump wiped their sentences away with the stroke of his pen.
The president signed an executive order pardoning more than 1,000 people involved in the January 6th attack on the Capitol, including many from right here in Central Florida. West 2's Justin Checker has been trying to get in touch with those who have been released from prison. Justin, have you had any luck?
Well, Michelle and Jesse, today we spoke with the attorney for Joseph Biggs. He's one of the newly released Proud Boys leaders from Volusia County. His attorney says he agrees with President Trump that essentially ending the largest federal investigation in U.S. history begins a process of national reconciliation.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages, approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
In addition to the sweeping pardons, President Trump's executive order commutes the sentences of individuals associated with far-right extremist groups that stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. 3 of them named in his proclamation are from Central Florida: Kenneth Harrelson of Titusville, Kelly Meggs from Marion County, and Joseph Biggs of Ormond Beach. Biggs was convicted of seditious conspiracy. The Proud Boys organizer received one of the longest sentences, 17 years in prison. His attorney is Norm Pattis.
I think he's sort of pinching himself and asking whether this is real. A good friend came to pick him up at the jail. They're staying at a hotel, and he's happy. He's happy but quiet, stunned. Trump's
pardons covered dozens of J6 defendants from Central Florida. Some were convicted of misdemeanor offenses. Former Apopka police officer Nathaniel Tuck and his father, former Windermere police officer Kevin Tuck, both pleaded guilty to entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds.
I'm not saying it wasn't violent, but 4 years after the fact, just as late as last week, the Justice Department was still pursuing people for misdemeanors. It's an obscene and was an obscene overreaction.
President Trump also granted clemency for defendants convicted of violent crimes, such as assaulting a law enforcement officer with a deadly or dangerous weapon. Former Full Sail University student Grady Owens got hit with 3 years in prison for hitting an officer in the head with a skateboard. Michael Fanone is a former D.C. Metropolitan Police officer.
Rest assured, I have been betrayed by my country.
He was one of more than 140 officers injured while defending the Capitol from the mob of Trump supporters who disrupted the peaceful transfer of power 4 years ago.
6 individuals who assaulted me as I did my job on January 6th, as did hundreds of other law enforcement officers, will now walk free.
And the chair of the Florida Democratic Party says the J6 riders have escaped accountability for their actions. Nikki Fried says the Republican Party can no longer claim to back the blue, and she adds President Trump proved again that all he cares about is loyalty. As for Joseph Biggs, his attorney says he's still trying to regain the military benefits he lost after his conviction. Jesse, back to you.